Hi everybody, welcome back. We are going to continue working on our 6x6 mini album that we're going to mat with Stamperia Voyages Fantastique. So we put in our double pocket, we have the side pocket. I'm just going to jump right in here. We added our flap, this pocket, and belly band. And this is the envelope flap, and I'm going to get back to that because I actually made the envelope, and this is my, I'm going to use this as a template for the mats. However, this envelope has to be matted and the base has to be matted, so we're going to do that one later. Let me just set that aside. Okay. Then we have, this is the envelope with flap. So let's do this. All right. So I'll move that aside. I'll give you your measurements. Yeah, the flap is easy. The flap is 6 inches by 5 inches. Where's my little scoreboard? And you are going to put this with the 5-inch edge along the top of your scoreboard and score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, so that's the flap for our envelope with flap. And then we have this piece, which is 9 inches by 6 inches. You're going to put this in your scoreboard. Let me get my scoring tool here. And you're going to have the 9-inch edge across the top. And I actually did this in my larger scoreboard. So if you have a bigger scoreboard, certainly you should use it. And I scored it at 1/2, at 1, and at 1.5. Rotate 90 degrees and scored. And you can see I went off the rails there. 1/2, 1, 1.5. And then 1/2, 1, 1.5. And then I did a dry fit in my book and discovered that it was a little wide, so I actually scored this one at 1 5/8 instead of 1.5. What I did is I just laid this score mark to score mark to make sure it fit, and it didn't quite, so I scored that. So just check yours for fit. All right, get that out of the way. Then what you need to do is, I hope you can see this. You see you've got this grid in each corner where you've done your scoring. You want to cut that grid out, and it's not beveled or anything, it's just a straight cut. You want to do the same here. Okay. Are going to score, and I want to be especially careful of this one where I've got the double score line to make sure I use the right one. What I like to do is just score everything in first. Each one, and then you're going to make like well, not like an accordion fold, is an accordion fold, okay? So you're to score up like that and then in. Okay, so you see that? You'll be able to put a lot of things in this pocket. This will be a good place for ticket stubs or postcards or little whatever tchotchkes you might have picked up in your travels. Assuming you use this for a travel book. It doesn't have to be, of course. It could be almost anything. So we're going to put, I always get this mixed up. Yes, the bottom one goes to the outside, the side ones go in, like that. All right, so just take a look, and I'm lifting it up where I can see it. Just make sure everything fits. You don't have to do any trimming. You know, if you might need to, but you know, sometimes you need to taper these edges to make a smooth fit, but this seems to be going nicely, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to do similar to what we do with a regular pocket. We're going to put a little bit, oh, not that much, just a little bit of glue there. Hang on, let me get my, oops, that's my cat. I shut the door and she's panicking. She's on the outside. Okay, so just press and hold. Just like that. Okay, now that still lifts up because you still want to have your volume in your pocket. All right, now hang on. I'm going to let my cat in so she doesn't panic. It's all right, Holly. Come on in. I have my two kittens. I don't know if I ever told you. Their names are Holly and Jolly. Christmas kitties. Very cute. Holly. How's my girl? How's my pretty girl? All right. One of these days I'll post a picture and you can see how cute they are. Okay. Now we're just going to glue this down just like a regular pocket. That I'm pinning it to the, not pinning it, gluing it to the bottom. And you know what, where's my, once again, I'm going to use my little white piece of paper just to make sure I'm on the edge. And again, I'm actually shifted just slightly away from the spine, just a little bit, just probably just that little extra bit that I scored off, because I just don't want to interfere with my pages turning. Okay, so go ahead and press that down. Get inside, and you know, I have a bone folder. This bone folder came with my envelope scoreboard, or envelope punch board, whatever you want to call it. It's thinner than the other one. Okay, so there is that pocket. Okay, and then we have the flap that we made, which is going to go on top of it. And we'll use magnets to close that, but we'll do those later. All right, so I'm going to fold over our flap. And I think I will taper the flap. You don't have to, it is going to be matted, but I don't know, force a habit, I always like to. Okay. Turn this around. This is just going to go right here. Looks good. Now, you could round these if you want, and I still may, but it can be done later, so I'm not going to do it now. Since I don't really know exactly which papers I'm going to use or how they're going to look, some of those decisions I'm just going to put off. Wait, I think I told you last time that I just refilled this glue bottle, and it is really spitting out a lot of glue. There's a closet in my craft room, and I store great big Rubbermaid bins with all my Christmas decorations in them, in that closet. But since I still haven't put away all my Christmas decorations, I have one or two of them out here on the floor by the closet, and the cats are having a field day with them, so you may hear some thumping and bumping as they jump on and off of those. Okay. There is that. And again, we're going to do the envelope flap later. And I did use my envelope punch board to make the envelope. And let me give you the dimensions for that, in case you want to make yours and be ready for when we do it. Hang on. There's the envelope punch board. And I don't know what I just did with that bone folder that I was just using. I have a very small craft space, so I'm not sure how I managed to lose it inside such a small craft space. But apparently I have. It'll turn up. Anyway, this is what I used to make the envelope. If you don't have one and you're not sure what to do about it, if you could purchase a black envelope, which I think you can at like Michael's or something, you could use that. So I chose to use here where it says card size in this column, 3.5 by 5, because these cut aparts fit that measurement. So make yourself an envelope, and it says Gladstone next to it, so it's 3.5 by 5.5 card size. You cut a 7.5 inch by 7.5 inch square to make the envelope. Okay. There's that. Oh, there's the bone folder. I put it away in my tool jar. Put that back so I don't lose it. Okay, so you're going to need that later for when we do this. But again, I'll review it again when we get to it. Now, these two pages have the flip down. I may need to do some trimming there. Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do here. I thought I had decided on this, but I don't see anything. Okay. This we're going to do what's called a pinwheel waterfall. There's the pocket. This is going to be a vertical belly band, so I might as well go ahead and glue that down. And that is going to be a 7-inch by however wide you want your belly band. Mine is 2 inches. It's pretty wide for a belly band, but I wanted to have room to decorate it, so. Again, we're just going to center it on this piece, on this page. Whoops. Excuse me, I've got that sort of lifted up. All right. I'm just going to eyeball this. Good. All right. Now have this piece here. This is my fold out, and I hadn't really decided where to put it yet. That's got pocket, that's got pocket. I think I might put it here because it's pretty bulky. Yeah, once it gets matted, it's going to be more bulky. Okay, so let me give you my measurements for this. All right. This is 12 inches by 6 inches. Put the 12-inch side, let me move this out of the way. Okay, put the 12-inch side along the top of your scoreboard and score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then score it at, I believe I scored it at, I want to say 6 1/2. 6 1/4. Let me see. 6 1/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch, 6 1/4. And that folds over, and then I took a plate. Anything you have that's sort of round, that is round. You can see I didn't put a full half round on this, I just put an arc. So if you want to use a compass or however you want to make a curve, if you want to make a curve, you can leave it straight and just cut that curve. It's going to make it a little trickier when the time comes to mat it, but it'll be fine. So if you remember, on this side of this, I've got the mat. I've made the mats for my envelope. So I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock and just trace. I don't need to trace the whole thing, but I just want to trace that arc to give me an, something I can use later when it comes time to cut my mats. All right, so there, all right? And I'm just gonna hang on to that so that I have something to use later when the time comes. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and taper my tabs. And I'm doing an album with a paper line that has really large sort of centerpiece patterns on it. The two that come to mind are, of course, Stamperia, and the other one that comes to mind is Graphic 45. I will do pages that have large areas like this, or I'll just leave the page blank just to take advantage and really show off those designs. I don't design my albums necessarily to put a lot of photos in them. Usually you can, but that's not my primary focus. My primary focus is the paper, showing off the paper. Because I think I mentioned before, I don't have kids. I don't take a lot of family photos per se. So my albums are for the joy of making the album and enjoying the paper more than pictures. Okay, and I'm just putting this along the outside edge. Very easy, it's the same width, so it should fit just fine, and it does. And again, I've used my white paper so you and I both can see it easier. All right, let's get that out of the way. All right, so now, and again, I'll be using magnets to hold a lot of this close, so you can see there's lots of room here for pictures, for photo mats. I will probably add some small pockets or something as we go along, depending how I want to do things. All right, so let's go back to the front and see where we're at. So we have our cover, we have a double pocket, side pocket, flip, another pocket, side pocket, pocket, a belly band. This is going to be the envelope flap, but we need to mat things before we can put that in. This is our accordion pocket with flap. And again, there's a, is that coming up? Oh no, that's just the accordion, duh. Okay, and then we have the flip downs, the side pocket here. These 2 pages I have not yet decided on. You may end up leaving them blank. And then we have this amazing huge flip with the curved edge. This is going to be the pinwheel waterfall. This one I have decided on. Here's a pocket. Here's a pocket, vertical belly band. And here I have double fold pocket. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. It's kind of similar to what I did here, so we'll see. And this is going to be a secretarial pocket, and I haven't decided on the exact size of that, so that can wait a little while. All right, I think for the most part this completes the base of the book. So next time we will start matting and maybe do some more things once we get some mats down, like the envelope flap and the pinwheel waterfall. We'll probably get to those next time, or at least one of them next time. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Thank you.